Children, I am Priyanka Goyal, your English teacher. Today we will continue the 5th chapter of English of class 7. In my previous video, I explained you that the narrator was telling that about his sister, that she was going to Madras by a train alone. Although his mother was taking objection and she was insisting that his elder son accompanied his sister, but the sister firmly said that she is not a kid and she will go alone for the interview to Madras. So anyhow she managed to go alone to Madras, and finally she left for the Madras through Madras Mail. And the very next day the news came that the same train through which the sister had gone, it was involved an accident. Naturally the entire family was worried, and the elder brother left for Madras by air the very same evening. But the next day, sister's wire arrived from Madras that the interview went off all right, no need to worry. The accident had taken place just 7 miles away from Madras. The engine was damaged and the first few bogies had been derailed and battered out of shape. Luckily, my sister's bogie had not been affected too much. She had maintained her cool and got down from the train. Then she had walked to a local shop, borrowed a bicycle, and cycled down to the place of interview. Everyone had admired her remarkable presence of mind. But in spite of getting the job, my sister did not stick to it for long. She hates being cooped up in the same city for too long. So now she had a job in Delhi and was coming to Calcutta on a visit after 4 long months. The train was an hour late. Here, narrator is telling that her sister train was involved in accident, but she informed that she is perfectly all right. Few bogies of the train were damaged, and luckily her bogies in which she was sitting was not occurred any damage. She left the train. She borrowed a bicycle, hired a bicycle, and went to the place of interview. She got selected, but sister left that job because she did not stick to one job for a long time. She got bored in the same city. That's why now she has changed his job in Delhi. Now she is coming back to Calcutta at his home after 4 long months. And the narrator, he is the brother, he has come to the station to receive his sister, and he is telling that the train was 1 hour late. I walked about the platform aimlessly till my feet ached because train was late. So the narrator was walking here and there. There was just no place to sit because the platform was so crowded that there was no place to sit. People had occupied all the seats on the platform and some were even sleeping on them. At last train chugged into the station, and at last the train arrived to the station. Now section 2. There was a usual rush and bustle everywhere. I went and stood before the ladies' compartment. There were just 2 passengers there, my sister and an old lady. It seemed totally incredible that a train coming from Delhi could possibly have such an empty compartment. Finally, the train arrived, and the narrator, he was surprised that only two passengers, his sister and an old lady, was there in the ladies' compartment. The two of them must have had a real cozy journey, sleeping all the way. My sister held the old lady's hand and helped her alight from the train. I took charge of my sister's suitcase and bedding. My sister called me and said, "Here, Neelu, come and touch her feet. She is my elder sister, my Baro Didi." I was quite astonished. I had just one sister, and I had never in my life heard of any other sister. The old lady had snow white hair and a winsome smile. She must belong to some famous family. I thought, for two men in khaki uniform had come to receive her and see to her luggage. She had a lovely cane basket in her hand, which she did not hand over to anybody. I felt sure that it must contain her jewelry. So that Baro Didi, that old lady, seems to belong to a noble or rich family. Two persons in khaki uniform came to receive her, but she did not handed over a cane basket. Maybe it was containing some jewelry, precious jewelry. I bent down and touched her feet just as my sister had taken to me. She laid a hand on my head and blessed me aloud, saying, "Live long and be brave." Then she turned to my sister and said, "Why don't both of you come with me? I have my car here." I said, "But our father's office car is also here." "Well then, so long," she said. Then she said to my sister, "I hope you will remember, and I have been telling you." My sister replied, "Oh yes, Baro Didi." "I will remember everything, and I will definitely see you when you come to Delhi again." The moment we got into our car, I asked my sister who the old lady was. She merely said, "My elder sister." The very next moment she asked me, "By the way, Neelu, have you any idea where one can buy cobras?" I was startled. Had I heard her right? "What did you say?" I asked again. "Buy what?" "Cobras," said my sister simply, as if it was the most normal request in the world. "What on earth do you want cobras for?" "I want to buy one. Buy it and tame it." "What? Tame a real live snake?" My sister burst out laughing and said, "Why not? They are pretty useful creatures." I was absolutely certain my sister had gone batty. Or perhaps there was something wrong with my ears. I put my fingers in both my ears and shook my head vigorously. So children, why narrator's sister wanted to pet a cobra? That suspense I will open in my next video in section 3rd. Till then, bye bye. Have a nice day.